brown pods hanging off it? That's a tamarind tree. They use a tamarind tree, they grind those pods up and put them in Worcestershire sauce. Next time you get a bottle of Worcestershire sauce, look at the back. The first ingredient will be tamarind on there. That tree's imported from Africa, by the way. Now, we saw the Hemingway house 10 minutes ago. Remember, they moved here in 1931. Well, they first came to town in 1928 to buy a car, a Ford Roadster, but the car wasn't here. Leadership put them up for several weeks. Here on my left, this 3-story yellow building, the Casa Antigua apartments upstairs there. But Hemingway stayed for 7 weeks waiting for the car to come in. See, he wrote the first draft of Fairwater Arms back there. On the right, Monroe County Courthouse. I'm sorry, the Monroe Federal Courthouse here. And across the street is a Cypress House. We are in downtown now. This area burned up in that great fire we talked about back in 1886. Well, Cypress House burned down in that great fire. They rebuilt it 2 years later in '88 out of Dade County pine. It just kept the name Cypress House. It's also a 3-story eyebrow house. Only 3-story house on the island, 3-story eyebrow house on the island. That fire we had, 1886, it burned out of control. We talked about that. We had to go out in the ocean. Well, it was finally stopped after 12 hours of burning when the U.S. Fire Marshal dynamited a fire break back there on Eaton Street. But that fire burned everything up here downtown Key West except for one particular building. Shown on the right-hand side of the train, the one that didn't burn. You see what didn't burn? It's this brick building here on my right. It's got a metal roof. It didn't have any windows in it. When you get closer, you'll see it's got metal doors. So when the fire started, they just shut the doors. At that time, they protected $100,000 worth of fine Cuban tobacco. You folks coming ahead? Y'all coming across? Also, we talked about Key West not getting any running water here until 1942, but that did not stop Coca-Cola bottling plant from coming to Key West in 1903 and building a bottling plant. For 39 years, again, all we had back then was rainwater. So for 39 years, Coca-Cola was made out of rainwater. Rich and poor alike, the same kind of Coca-Cola. It was also green at that time. Here on my right is the location of the old bottling plant. And the green trim is on the bottom here. You still got a 700,000 gallon cistern in there that they used to collect the rainwater. It's still the bottling court today also. As long as it rained, they would stay in business. If it didn't rain, you can't lay people off. The folks are approaching our first break of the tour. This is the only long break we're going to make. It's about an 8 to 10 minute break. Get off the train. You can go to the bathroom or walk around or have a cigarette. And don't forget, you can bring anything you choose back into the train to eat or drink you want. Ice cream, Cokes, candy, whatever, snacks. We have about 30 minutes of the tour left. We have to go out by the graveyard area, Seaport area, Bahama Village, and Duval Street.